What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So in today's video, we're taking a look at more player housing gold farms that you can do in order to prepare for player housing, or go back to this video when player housing is out and you kind of see which materials are popping off. I've already this week done a lot of player housing materials, and today's video is dedicated to the cloth farms that I consider to be or going to be the best with player housing. So before we take a look at that, massive thank you for all the support during the Black Week sale. Right now you can get any of the gold guides for just $9.90 using the discount code Friday. So it doesn't matter if you're playing Classic Anniversary or planning on playing Classic Anniversary TBC, you can get those gold guides as well for just $9.90. But if you don't care about that and you only play retail WoW, then the 0 to 10 million gold guide is perfect for you. It features all the best tactics and methods that I personally use in order to obtain hundreds of millions of gold, and the best part about it is the fact that it comes with a lifetime of free updates. So that means whenever we get a new patch, such as player housing, or even a brand new expansion like Midnight, I update the same gold guide with the new best methods, and I send it to your email completely for free. So that's going to be linked down below in the description, together with the VIP Discord. VIP Discord is for the people that already have the gold guides. Once you join in, you can view all my videos before they go on YouTube. You get access to exclusive gold tips. There's multiple spreadsheets for gold making. There's TSM groups and operations, and you can even get access to my investments that I'm doing. But that's going to be linked together with the gold guides in the description. Now, I did make this this list right here of all of the player housing materials needed. If we're going to go to the cloth section right here, there is a lot of cloth, but most of these are just crafted cloth, like spell cloth, moon cloth, shadow cloth, etc. that needs like primals, and then like basic cloth to make it into more or like a specialty cloth. But there is some items that we want to focus on, and the first one that I consider to be really good is this one right here. Killing all these imps, these misty grells in Swamp of Sorrows, they will drop you felcloth, and felcloth is one of those materials that is needed for player housing. Well, not felcloth itself, but felcloth is the material needed to craft into mooncloth. And the great thing about this one is that felcloth itself is already needed for a bunch of transmog items, and so is mooncloth. If you go to mooncloth, like on Wowhead, and you click on reagent 4, you can see all of the items besides player housing that needs mooncloth. It is really, really good. So the exact location for this one is gonna be like in Swamp of Sorrows. So we have Swamp of Sorrows down here, and all the way up in the top left corner right here. This is where you want to farm the Misty Grells in order to get the felcloth. So super, super solid farm, this one. Another farm that you really want to do is, or that you might have to do, I should say, because it's hard to predict the prices, but there's currently a change to how world drops work in the game. So after killing mobs for like X amount of minutes, they pretty much stop dropping loot. So you have locations for, let's say, embersilk cloth, where everyone used to go to the so-called embersilk beach, kill all of these hyper-respawning mobs, and you will get thousands upon thousands of embersilk if you had the tailoring. It was absolutely wild. Now, this location is not as good anymore, which is great for the majority of the people farming gold, because you needed to be in a group to make this efficient. So that means that the prices on these materials are going up in value because they're harder to get, and the best way to get them would typically be instanced content. It's the same thing for this embersilk cloth right here, where you should obviously use the potion of treasure finding as you would do for like any form of Cataclysm content. But once you've done that, you go into the Cataclysm raid that is in the same zone, Bastion, in Twilight Highlands. And this is a very old school farm, this one. They nerfed how Potion of Treasure Finding works in instanced content. It's not as good as it used to be back in the day. But it's a very simple farm. You just run in, kill all of the mobs in the first room of the raid on 25 man, and then once you've done that, you run out. It takes like less than a minute to do a run, which means that you will be like dungeon locked out in like 10 minutes, right? So the most optimal way of doing this would be to pop Potion of Treasure Finding on, run into the first room, kill all the mobs, do that 10 times, and then log out and log on to a character that plays on a different realm, and then run it again. And if you have like 5-6 characters all playing on different realms camped outside of Bastion, that's when you see like the true effect of this farm. And as you're using the Potion of Treasure Finding, you're also getting tiny treasure chests, which gives you additional cloth, yes, but you're also getting volatiles, which is also needed for player housing. So that's another bonus for this farm. The next one that I want to talk about is the holy grail of runecloth, since it's impossible farming that in the open world. So LBRS, and I've made like a standalone video on this as well, but LBRS is by far the best location to farm runecloth. And if you remember what happened with the runecloth in War Within, when everyone needed it, all of a sudden, it went up like crazy. I mean, I was selling runecloth for 15 gold each, which is absolutely mental. I'm not claiming that runecloth is going to go up to 15 gold each again, but it's very hard to predict where the prices are going, and it's very hard to predict like what the supply and both the supply and the demand will be. But it's a really good dungeon. There's a lot of high-level mobs. You can see on the loot window right here, when I'm looting these packs, I'm picking up like big amounts of runecloth, 11, 7, 12. Like it's pretty damn good in LBRS. And LBRS in general is a good steady way of making gold, because not only do you have the runecloth from the humanoid mobs, but you can also kill like spiders in the spider area of the dungeon, which will give you different types of spider silk that sells quite well. And on top of that, there's also pits of scorpions, and the scorpions can be skinned for heavy scorpid scale. And heavy scorpid scale is needed for a bunch of different crafts, especially the ones reintroduced with patch 10.17, the heavy scorpid set and all of that stuff. So that's really good. So I advise everyone to kill all of the humans, but also progress into the dungeon right here. Kill these spiders for the different types of spider silk. And once you've done that, you got to run up to the Oogie Boogies right here. And these guys are humanoids, so they will drop you additional runecloth. And then you're going to reach the 2 scorpion pits right here, where there's like a mix of scarabs and scorpions. So the most ideal combination will be to run this with a character that also has skinning on it, so you can skin these bad boys and also get the heavy scorpid scale. But this video is about like cloth though. But yeah, LBRS, the holy grail for runecloth. So that's like my prediction of which cloth is going to do best in terms of farming. Runecloth, felcloth turned into mooncloth, and then potentially also embersilk cloth. That's a bigger wild card than the other ones, in my opinion. But that's pretty much it for today's video. But I do have a ton of player housing and midnight gold farming videos coming, so just make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel if you want to see those videos as soon as they are uploaded to the channel. And of course, do not miss out on the Black Week sale, link down below in the description. Don't forget to use the discount code Friday. Appreciate you all watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. Bye bye.